There we go. You guys know the routine. Give me just a couple minutes. Get set up. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Close that. Close that. I'm out of breath. Just was running up and down the stairs trying to get my stuff printed, which I already had actually. From Oahu. Hi, Donalyn. It's not. Oh, okay. Crap. Seriously? I told you my Mercury. Okay, I will be rebooting. My Mercury is getting hammered right now. Okay, let's reboot. Okay, please tell me this is better. Please tell me this is better. I'm good now? Beth Butler, you've been having a lot of buffering today? Yeah, I'm trying to improve. So I'm good. I'm here. Hi, T-Bar. Okay, thank you. Okay, good. I'm back. Yes, I am. Okay, good. So, wow, what a couple of, this 24-hour period. I'm so excited. I'm so happy you guys are here. We're here. My disclaimer right now is that my Mercury and my Saturn, and mostly my Mercury, is getting hammered right now. So ergo, buffering problems, glitchy things. Under these conditions, I've been telling you guys all year, be careful, don't rush, stay safe. And so I know I'm a little bit late, but that's the promise I've also made to myself. Not to be impulsive, pace myself, and it will all work. So I'm a little bit behind, but that is just fine. We are working, we're flowing. The planets are still spinning, and we're ready, you guys. Like I almost feel like I wish I could hand out graduation diplomas because we've gotten through the first solar cycle of the Saturn Pluto Conjunction. Yay! High five, high five, high five. You guys, this is such an amazing, amazing accomplishment. For those of you who are new, we had this incredible thing happen last January 12th. Oh, a year ago today. The great Saturn Pluto Conjunction that's gotten zero press and was been totally overlooked. But that's the reason why 2020 has sucked. Sucked what, you guys? It sucked. Donkey balls. Right. It's been terrible. But yesterday officially was our Saturn-Pluto solar return, meaning the sun came back exactly to the place that it was when that great conjunction happened a year ago today. But here's the thing, it happened yesterday, like later in the day. So things were trickling in yesterday about what the Saturn-Pluto conjunction was going to do at its birth date. Reminder, Saturn has to do with structure. Pluto has to do with transformation and power. In the sign of Capricorn, it basically was the change in structure and power of world governments. You know, and then within your own government, your agencies, things that are established within. And so that's why there has been so much destruction on so many levels. Some things have totally given way. Some things have surprisingly come up brand new. A year ago, we weren't in lockdown. But think about how much you've been forced to change in the past year. And there are some very good things that have come out of it. There are some very bad things that have come out of it. But it's been at the extremes. That's Pluto, the extremes, but it's created a solid foundation, a solid focused structure that the masses who are dealing with their government and how they want their governments to be structured. So yesterday was the big bang birthday for the Saturn Pluto conjunction. I've just been like really excited, kind of. Not excited as hockey, but really excited because things were trickling in yesterday. Like, for example, a big change is that the Pope said that women are going to be able to participate in activities with Mass. What? That's a major change in structure. But the big whopper was today. As things were flowing in today, Mitch is for impeachment. Liz Cheney and her statement, holy crap. And talk about laying down a gauntlet yesterday, albeit a little bit late, but I think there's a reason. I can talk about that later. But just know everything is working in perfect order. On my side, they are not being lax. I think this impeachment thing and everyone jumping on is laying down the gauntlet, get this crap out. And I wouldn't be surprised if that impeachment for the Senate comes up really, 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 really quick. That's why last week Mitch said, we'll see like a week. When he comes into office, Biden is inaugurated. No, I think there are going to be some big surprises coming up now that is designed to see who's in or out. And if you're out, you are super duper out. Majorly out and accountable. So that is why this Capricorn new moon is so important, because a year ago when we had the Saturn Pluto conjunction, it was in the Capricorn cycle. And actually that cycle started on December 26th with a new moon in Capricorn. So we had December 26th, the new moon in Capricorn, and then the Saturn Pluto conjunction was born. So and actually this new moon is truly the first new moon that the Saturn Pluto conjunction has had in its existence, even though it's a year old. And so you guys, if you're new, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you found me. That's like really amazing, considering if you go through the history, and I'll just sum up really quickly. Yes, we have Saturn Pluto conjunctions about every 30 years, but to have it in this form, Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter, 3 huge planets in Capricorn, and the planet Uranus in Taurus, that happened way back like 7,000 years ago. We're talking like the Bronze Age, okay? Saturn, Pluto, and Capricorn was the fall of Rome. It ushered in the Renaissance. It was the end of the 13th dynasty in ancient Egypt. There's only about 4 or 5 markers of this happening in Capricorn, but us in 2020, we were dealing with 4 planets for an entire year. Those other markers were like a couple months here and there, and nothing really touched at other planets. No, we've been getting slammed by this. And so this, I don't have the math down, but think Bronze Age or earlier than that. This solar system, our planet, hasn't had this in 7,000 years. And so Saturn Pluto have to do with this change of structure and power in world governments. You better believe this is the most important new moon of 2021 and the decade and the next 20 years, because this stop with this new moon, it's only going to be in Capricorn and active for a little bit. But its next stop into Aquarius is the Saturn Jupiter conjunction. That's the first stop it's going to make, which has all of our fun little presents there. And you guys, a year from now is going to look radically different from now. And the past 24 hours giving a clue as to what's coming with this new moon is really amazing and fantastic. If people were excited about the Christmas star, the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction that only happened, was like 800 or 900 years ago, I'm like, you guys, come on now. That's cute and all, but that's riding on the Saturn Pluto conjunction energy and that Sagittarius new moon eclipse. And the Jupiter Saturn is actually like the icing on the cake for like 20 years. So that's our first step. So that's why this new moon is so important and is so long lasting. And so that's why we're here. What time is it? Okay, so this new moon actually happens at midnight, 13 seconds after midnight in Washington, D.C. So what I usually do, so my channel is different. Again, if you're new and you don't know anything about astrology, don't worry. I just tell the stories. We have wonderful moderators here. If you have questions, please ask. Please post it in, on the page in the questions. Some of them will answer your questions. My channel is a little different. I use tarot and astrology. You don't have to know about astrology. Just listen to the story. You'll be amazed at how much sinks in over time. So I integrate those two, plus my magic hands. Lately I've been looking at my hands like, where did you come from? Because they feel so incredibly psychic. Like right now, I feel like I'm holding giant orbs of energy in my hands. Yesterday, I felt like, oh my gosh, they're just lighting. They're just lighting up. I swear I could light up a light bulb or something. They feel that electric. Yesterday, I didn't know what to do because they almost feel like they could levitate. Well, they're on my body, but the energy surging through my hands, especially since the Saturn Jupiter has just been phenomenal, and I can feel it right now. So I use tarot, I use astrology cards, and I use a horoscope. And what I do is I just lay the cards out. We talk about the chart, what to anticipate in the upcoming week. I think my one last week was pretty spectacularly accurate because it was the quarter moon. Right off the bat, I said the Neptune card showed up, which has to do with sacrifice, and I said whatever Donald is planning, there's going to be a death related to it. And the tarot card that came up with it was the Queen of Cups reversed. That was that Ashley, the big, huge supporter. She was the hidden enemy. There's a secret and there's a hidden enemy. Of his plan, the secret was there would be a death, and the hidden enemy is that of Donald is that the death and destruction, and, well, you all know. So what I do is I just take that lunation for the following week, and we kind of map out the week to see what's going on. Now, this is a new moon, so we're leveling it up. We're taking it to another level. What happens is I assign homework, so get your paper and pencils or pens. You don't have to, but know that, when you're working with the esoteric arts, when you are writing and you're applying thought to your hand and you're writing, I don't even want to call them new moon wishes. I want to call them, I'm leaning more towards contracts. We're writing contracts out. And that point of focus, because it takes a while to write, it's like you sustain and hold that vibe in pure form, and it kind of lasts. So for those of you studying law of attraction, that's why Abraham Hicks has always said, write is your most powerful point of focus. So that's why we do paper pencil. We do it collectively because more people focused on something has a greater chance of manifestation. And we already did it. Who, if you're happy that Don Holio is off of the Twitter machine, Someone here, maybe it was all of us, at the New Moon Scorpio Powwow, I did that series. That was definitely on the list of what we wanted. And when he was banned from it, Twitter permanently banned, suspended him, this moon was at 22 degrees Scorpio, 53 minutes. The Scorpio new moon, 2 months prior, was at 23 degrees Scorpio. And if you don't think, and you guys, this is, if you want to think of a trifecta of new moons and the power that's behind us, that Scorpio new moon was at 23 degrees Sagittarius. The new moon eclipse in Sagittarius was at 23 degrees. This new moon in Capricorn is 23 degrees, and we're revolutionizing the world. Welcome to my channel. So this new moon is like, I don't want to call it the caboose, but is taking the power of Scorpio, and we already remade Scorpio we did that new moon Scorpio series so that we could pre-pave the world with the power of Pluto, because Pluto is what's made this year so devastating. Pluto is one of the rulers of Scorpio. We had the new moon in Sagittarius for our faith and hope, but also the law and philosophy. And lands far away, other countries, the rest of the world, and higher education and truth. The Venus-Jupiter conjunction at the galactic center ushered in the divine feminine. This also ushered in and brought her to the stage. By the way, you can trace Kamala Harris's nomination and win back to that Venus-Jupiter conjunction, November 18th, 2019, written in the stars. And how Ruth Bader Ginsburg handed her the torch and how she picked it up. Amazing. And then the third leg of this, so transform, laws, faith, hope, optimism, Jupiter, gravity, to Capricorn, the structure. We're remaking the establishment. 23 degrees Capricorn. Look at all that power, you guys. We're on the third leg of this, launching into a totally new world. And this new moon is just going to kick Don Julio's butt, because the 23 degree Capricorn mark is opposite his Venus, his money, his assets, his P-boys, people that make him happy. He's getting clobbered, as if he wasn't clobbered the other night. For good. I told you all about that, written in the stars. Done. His inauguration was complete a week ago at 3:46 a.m. Thursday. Done. And Nancy and Pence elbow bumped on it right at the exact moment it finished. This is why we're here, you guys. So, yes, we have homework. Now, this number 6 homework, this takes practice. If you want to do anything well, if you're going to put the effort out there to do something, you have to practice it and you have to keep at it. This is where I feel bad, because I feel like, my channel gets kind of boring. The video gets kind of boring. But there's a reason. It's because, look at this, you guys. I have another whiteboard. It's because collectively we're doing homework and we're writing out these things. And you're watching me write while you write your stuff. And then you're also like chiming in, hello, oh my God. Oh, hi, Marjorie, thank you so much. And then you're chiming in with your ideas and thoughts. And then the ideas get going and going and going. And the glue in this group on what we have created so far is phenomenal. It's a really, really real thing. I don't know. Have you guys been able to feel it leading up to this point? Let me check in with you real quick. I've been talking for a while. Hi, you guys. Tisha has been working on homework all day. So Tisha, homework, yay. You get the gold star, honey. The magic starts at midnight, okay? But I love that you are focusing, like, because like sometimes I kind of do that too, so I can get the energies kind of amped up before we get to the tipping point of the new moon. Can Michael Grant, can YT read script? You betcha. Remember, I got stuff crossed out when I started writing Oracle. Am I going to buffer? Remember, I read my writing. But we know if I, write like this, it can't read that, but that's just not very efficient. I'm so glad I put my childhood stupid human trick to use. It fooled the AI. Thank you, you guys. Thank you, AJA. Oh, book being so not bored. Okay. What else? Yes, Larry girl. Thank you for the reminders. Also, be careful about what you type because the YT thing can read your chat. So sometimes the mods might delete your comments because we don't want to reveal two things, which leads me to, I didn't realize how many nicknames I have. So sometimes while I'm doing this stuff, when we get into buffering territory or YT can read like my title and my description, it's like those videos get suppressed. I'm suppressed enough, but that's fine. I've had to invent some nicknames. So instead of, I say Don Holio because, that's Don Holio. Bill Behind Bars. For Melania, she's Mo Flotus. Because, or just Mo Flo. Instead of a mofo, she's a Mo Flotus. There, I'm sure Rebecca Mercer and the Mercers will be making the news soon. We'll be getting back to her. So I had to call her Five Head for a while because she's got a large forehead. Five Head. I don't mean to be so catty, but it's what else are you going to call her with that five head looking at you? The devil. I cannot say the name of Ms. Maxwell. That first name, forever couldn't say it. I guess it's G. Lane. Put it together. It's G-string. I call her G-string. G. Lane is G-string. Her friend is Mr. G. Lately, there's been a lot of problems with computers and crime, which is, hacking. So I say hacksies. Calgon Chow comes from a totally different chat I was in one other time talking about Mitch's wife. I say Rusher, not the rush. Chiner, instead of China. Stub is Vlad, because when he was KGB, a little runt, coffee boy, he had to carry the briefcases. They called him Stub because he's short and he hates that name. And then who would have known that Steve, I couldn't even spell his name out loud. Remember, I spelled out his name, B-A-N, that guy, Steve Bant. So we just call him Fat Bastard, because he's Fat Bastard, okay? So that's just a summary. Okay. And you know what? These new moons, the universe has always given us everything that we need. I just always feel like these new moons are the gift to us from the cosmos. way back when. Plato, Aristotle, they knew the importance of astrology and human health. Astrology is the oldest science. It invented calculus. They didn't have apps. They had sunlight, daylight, nighttime, and needed a formula to calculate how the sky is moving. They tell you what days to like plant stuff, when to cut your hair, if you want to prune things to kill things off, when you should weed, when you should, like, I don't know, groom your lambs, all that stuff. That's all based on astrology and actually the season ingresses, like the first day of spring, the first day of winter, first day of summer, etc., etc. All from. In fact, they have the symbols for all the planets in there. It is insane. So, all this time, and passed on for millennia, they knew that, the farmers knew that when you planted seeds at the new moon, they would create the best crops, have the best harvests. And if you've ever gardened by the moon and you plant corn on the new moon of Cancer, that corn is going to go gangbusters. I could not believe how tall my corn was within a month. It was well above my waist. It was crazy. So, that's the power of the new moon. And sometimes things don't grow because there might be tension in the charts. Or you might be going through a long-term aspect like we're going right now with Pluto that's been in Capricorn since 2008. Okay? How are we doing? Oh, goodness, thank you. Thank you so much, you guys. So, yes, happy New Moon Eve. Happy New Moon. Thank you, Impish. Thank you. Happy New Moon Eve. It has been a pleasure to be with you guys this year. It's been totally scary, but I couldn't have gotten through this without you guys. I liked the lunations to keep us on track and keep us focused and being able to see broader things instead of being terrified all the time. So we get to remake our worlds. We are on this leading edge. I love it. And because this new moon is so important, I am going to go live as often as I can, but I can only really, this energy is so powerful, it wears me out doing it every day. I want to go at least 3 times a week. I'm just going to be writing the new moon wishes. I know I'm going to go tomorrow because that moon is going to hit 0 degrees Aquarius, and we are at the Jupiter-Saturn point right then. Let me get a drink of water. Hi, Kaylin. You're watching me in the sunset. Oh, thank you so much. I love sunsets. Oh, you see that turtle? That's me. That Honu. I swear that turtle is my Amakua. The Amakuas, that's your guiding spirit. And the turtle could wander thousands of miles away from home and always find their home. Family, home, hearth. That is mine. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm looking for a coaster. Here it is. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to put this over here. Okay, there is one chart I printed. I don't know where it is. Like I said, my Mercury, thinking, reasoning, electronics, is getting hammered right now. But I do want to tell you that yesterday I found a tweet, and if you're, this is my handle at Twitter. You don't have to have an account. You could just go to your search box and type this in, and I'm sure one of my tweets will come up as a link, and you can just go right there, okay? That's my handle. I'm frequently there. Tim in Honolulu is his handle. He's a lawyer. I've been following him for years and years. He found, I think it was him, found the first tweet of when the Q, and when that thing got started, he found the date and time. I'm like, I'm going to draw a horoscope of that, and that's what I want to show you. I can't find it right now, but it's a good segue into this asteroid. Another thing I cannot say out loud. Know this asteroid, Wuhan. This is an assholio. We're finding out it really has to do with pervasive destruction, war, devastation, death, like massive numbers, death, like when you get like animals with those mass die-offs. I would say look to this asteroid. It takes about 4 years for this to orbit the sun. I recently found it because looking at its path, I'll give you brief history. With the pandemic of 1918, that woo-woo was conjunct our USA Pluto at 27 degrees Capricorn. Yes, we have a Pluto return in a couple years. We're going to be okay. I'll tell you more about that later. So USA Pluto is 27 degrees Capricorn. That's not it. Come on, do I not? Okay, well, anyways. And the first case that was reported, I think, in Kansas, I have the time and date of that. Wuhan was exactly conjunct USA natal Pluto. Pearl Harbor, 1941. When that happened, the moon, I think, was 28 Capricorn, but the Wuhan was at 29 degrees Scorpio. That's what pulled us into the World War, devastation, mass death, devastation. And it got behind, like, our defenses. We have a really lucky part around 28 degrees Scorpio. This thing was at 29 and just hit us hard. On the 9er, 11er, this is interesting. That Wuhan was at 11 degrees Leo, which is the Pluto for Presidents Bush and Clinton. Don Julio's Pluto is 10 degrees Leo, so he's like he's behind them, trying to catch up. Now, this mofo, it was birthed in 2016, like 4 years ago. It was in the fall. The Wuhan, 27 degrees Capricorn. Cannot make this up. I got to show you the whole chart because it's just a dagger to the United States. I'm like, damn. Someone had to have looked at that with an astrological chart because it is so hard. Like, I think the sun was an exact square to the United States sun, and the United States sun, I think, had just dipped below the horizon into the 6th house of public servants. It's so devastating. So yeah, this one's a pisser. But the good news though, with the Saturn Pluto conjunction I keep promoting, this is a Saturn Pluto conjunction of January 12th, 2020. This thing, no, not that thing. At the 29 degrees, when we got pulled into World War, that hit our sensitive point, very sensitive. What happened at 29 degrees Scorpio? the asteroid America assumed her position, which is kind of cool. I love asteroids. Yeah, so that's we got our backs. That window of opportunity to hurt us is like a sliver of a sliver. It can happen, but not going to do as much devastation. And here's another fun fact real quick. I looked at the astrological chart, the horoscope, when George Washington was inaugurated. You're not going to flipping believe this, because they could not see asteroids back then. So he was inaugurated April 30th. Like it was a while. Like, was it 1798? I mean, because they had the Articles of the Confederacy, blah, blah, blah. They had to ratify a constitution. I mean, it wasn't for a while. And it was April 30th. I think it was like 1798. But anyway, on that day, so the sun then, look at me. So on that April 30th, the sun was 10 degrees Taurus. The asteroid that was named literally for George Washington, they could not see asteroid. Well, they could, but I don't think anybody had an international digital registry of asteroids anywhere back in the 1798. His asteroid, I think it is number 886. Can't believe I know that off the top of my head. The USA is America's 916. This asteroid on his inauguration was 12 degrees in some minutes. Like, I want to say it was like 12 degrees in about 30 minutes. The USA sun is like 13 Cancer in 7 minutes. He's are we calling him father or grandfather of USA? He comes before the sun of the United States of America, his flipping asteroid, when he was inaugurated. There's 360 degrees in the zodiac, in a horoscope. He's within like a half a minute of 1 degree. So it's kind of cool. I just love the asteroids. Okay, so let me get a drink. Yes. Michael, it could be 17. I can't recall, because there were a lot of different dates in that the 1700s before things really got going. I mean, just reading the history of the Constitution, it's like, man, it was really rough then. What are we complaining about? I mean, these guys. I'm sorry, I was never really a history buff. You know what? And that's like the gift of astrology, because it links you to all. Like when they say things are timeless, that's how I feel about astrology. Truly, you can look to the cosmos and you can be like, oh my gosh, they were looking at the same stars and the same planets and the same eclipses and lunations, and you can really get a sense of what they were going through. It's really amazing. So I got to get going on this. We have about 15 minutes to get this bad boy drawn up. Let's get this teroscope going. Okay. And I know there are so many things we need to write about for our collective wishes. There's that. I need a marker. You know what? I guess I'll use this one. Okay. So you guys know he's so screwed. So the sun is at 23 degrees Capricorn. I'm really digging this 23 degree mark because it automatically, tags 23 Sag, 23 Scorpio, and the thing right across from it is Donald's Venus. Oops, wait a second. So, I'm sorry, I'm not totally caught up. Okay. Oh, I know, I still have yet to see Hamilton. I have Disney Plus. I want to see it. We all, like we've been too busy in quarantine, lockdown to watch it. It's just, you know, we're all watching our shows and we want to watch it together. So, oh, this is kind of annoying. I got a new cover and it's still kind of... Anyway, so let's get this going. I am excited. Oh. There. Okay, so Wuhan is at 24 degrees Aquarius. Oh boy, that squares Donald's midheaven. So he's going to get a taste of his own medicine. You better believe it. America is at 10 degrees Aquarius. That's opposite Donald's Pluto. So you guys, he's getting the hammer. And it's not like hammer time. He is getting like the Thor hammer. Oh, speaking of Thor hammer and Zeus over here, he's getting hammered. He's done. Okay. Look at George Washington. He is in the 11th house. Oh, he's in the 11th house of hopes, wishes, friends. And he's right there conjunct. Oh boy. 22 degrees Virgo is USA Vesta, which is public servants. The public servant, it's opening up secrets. It's next to Washington. I'm telling you guys, they're dropping the hammer on him. Holy crap. And look at this. Second house, this area, this real estate has to do with money, income, gains, values. China input, the asteroid China, I'm not sure what to think about this except for like shady dealings. We've had a very long history of problems with them. Conjunct Poseidon, the god of the underworld, which, yeah, it's darkness, but there is a healing there, potential, and a fixing of things. It's just that, you know, when Poseidon rushes up through the waters, he kind of creates tsunamis and tidal waves. So whatever he's going to do, maybe with crime to heal, people are going to get blown out. The bad guys are going to get blown out. Don't forget, we have to make wishes for our new leaders and our public servants and their safety. Okay, don't let me forget that. So the blue lines are harmonious. There's a lot of tension here with the red. Don't be afraid of that. I mean, it is kind of explosive, and there is Pluto, death, destruction. You guys, we have been through so much. We are on the upswing with this, okay? I know that Saturn and Mars and Uranus, and they're all in, there's a lot of tension there for all of those of you who are watching aspects and getting nervous about them. Please don't, okay? I have a Mars-Saturn square. I'm okay. Well, the last 12 years have been hard, but it's okay. You know, I have some of these things in my chart that you can't get away from. And what this does is it's always creating enough tension to get shit done. Okay? And in fixed signs, if you don't get out of the way, you got to shit or get off the pot. If you don't, you're going to get run over. Simple as that. And that's when we learn kind of the things we should be learning to do and not do, right? Oh, look what's on here. I am so interested in this Terrascope. Oh my goodness. Thank you, AHT. Thank you. Thank you for being with us, and you guys go check her out. She's one of the mods. She's a very smart lady over there. I'm enjoying following you on the Twitter because she knows, like, gives like another depth to like the intelligence and her connections of stuff I just would never even guess. Like, she's kind of like one of those, you know, backdoor people. And she knows her stones. Yes, she does. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, tarot. Astrology cards. We need the right astrology cards. Yes, Ruby Moon. Poop or get off the potty. No time. And, you know, Pluto. What? Like, okay, let's talk about poop. Healing our poop. Pluto rules the colon. Pluto and Mars are in square to one another, so there's a lot of tension there. Mars and Pluto are the natural rulers of Scorpio. So if you need to tend to your colon or your reproductive organs, if you need a digestive enzyme or a mineral deficiency, this is the time to take care of that. Your body is going to need the fiber and the extra energy because the colon is going to be fired up and wanting to get rid of crap. And I know that because Saturn now, oh God, Uranus has to do with peristaltic action. Uranus is ruled by Aquarius. Saturn is there. Maybe things are sluggish, but there's a real struggle to get the poop flowing, you guys. So I'm not a doctor, but please watch your poop health this month or write down a wish for better poops. Okay? That's it. You'll have no other channel wishing for happy, healthy poops for you from the center of my heart. I really mean it. And because the way Saturn, Jupiter are in Aquarius, please, 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 vitamin D, C, and E are getting hit more. I don't know how this is going to play out with the body. I am actively doing that more every day. So that's all I have to say about your poops and your vitamins. Okay? So, okay. Oh, yeah, cold weather. Okay, cold weather is kapha slowing. Janet, you know about that stuff. I wish I understood that better. Activa. Oh, Activia. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Tarot. Astrology. Who are you? This new moon. How are we laying out these cards? Oh my gosh, these cards feel like they've been released. They don't feel like they're in jail anymore. What do we have in the first house? Secret. Oh my gosh, oh my God, how out is Don Julio? Because I don't really feel him in these cards, you guys. Oh my gosh, we are gonna get I have goosebumps. I can't wait to see what all these cards are. Oh my gosh, look. Look who's on the 7th house cusp. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry. Okay, I told you guys that once Uranus went to Taurus, like the New Deal in 1935, Uranus returns to Taurus, and that's what got the New Deal going and the recovery going, okay? In this chart, oh my God, I'm like, right, I have tears in my eyes, you guys. This asteroid right here on the cusp, it just walked in, is Teddy Roosevelt. He's at 13 degrees 54 in perfect angle to the USA sun. So he is here with we the people. I have such chicken skin. He's here. He's here, you guys. He's watching us. He's just like, yeah. Okay, and I have to ignore it. I'm sorry. I got to work Teddy. He's like, I know, I'm here to work. Oh, wait, 6th house. Okay, 5th house of the sun. He's here. USA defenses. 3rd house. 2nd house. Income gains values. We have the Potomac River. I always think of this asteroid, I'm starting to, as like the boundary and protections of Washington, D.C. So we've got the China and the Poseidon that's going to kick some butt, but the Potomac back further in the 2nd house of income gains values is like holding the fort. Okay, 2nd house. Now on the ascendant. Okay, so Cancer, I feel this is the card I've been getting that's associated like with AI, artificial intelligence on the ground, and provocations by Don Julio, digital armies, what the P-boys do, all of them do to communicate, to do their thing. Now, does it mean this is going to happen in DC, or is this based on the consequences of this from last week because it was at the top of the chart in Washington, D.C. We could all see what was going down. This is instrumental. The moon and the soul. I hear Donald crying in my head. I feel such rage and anger, but the rage and anger that makes you cry, not the kind that makes you rise up and defend. It's from everything that we're going through. Teddy Roosevelt is here, you guys. Okay, I'm gonna write these down as we go. We have, I feel, this 16 degrees Libra is important. I can't think of why off the top of my head. In the 1st house, this area has to do with I am and the body. Lunar eclipse change. So this new moon, like I said, you guys, this is a Saturn Pluto conjunction. Last year, January 10th, 2020, we had a full moon eclipse. 2 days later, we had the Saturn-Pluto conjunction. This is the work of the Saturn-Pluto conjunction. It's already kicking butt and taking names today with Liz Cheney and Mitch McConnell and the rest of the Republicans and Adam Kitzinger and I don't know who these Republicans are. God bless them. Thank you. You guys, we wouldn't have won this election without Republicans. So, we got to keep up the good. This, oh boy, this is a doozy of a week. How are we doing? What time is it? It's midnight. It's midnight. Okay. It's time. It's time. There are just some things I wanted to write really quickly because this moon is going to go void. Okay, we're just going to stay here. Yes, it's time. It's time. It's time. Okay, so to make things simple, you write your wishes however you want to write them. These are our collective wishes. For simplicity's sake, I use the words I want. I want total USA success. I want democracy to succeed around the world. I want my elected leaders totally protected and safe. Now, there's a lot we have to write out. I just wanted to make sure I got these out first, that I want USA success. Above, beyond, just all together. To become a more perfect union, we want success. And we want democracy to flourish everywhere. It is, it's time for it to come back in its truest form for all. I want my elected leaders totally protected and safe. Oh, where's my thing? Okay. I'm just doing the very, very easy basics right now. I want a more perfect, oh my God, you guys feel that stuff? Do you feel that shift? Do you feel that shift? Perfect. Holy crap, this energy. I want a more perfect union, USA. Liberty and justice for all. And the 100% total pursuit of happiness. Okay, so write the words that work for you. So I have here, I want a more perfect union, USA. I'm trying to take the words directly from those things that we all know. I want liberty and justice for all. I want 100% total pursuit of happiness for all. Okay. I just want to get that down. Secret, what are we doing? The South Node, life's deaths, yes! Okay, so what are we writing for life's debts, you guys, for secrets? South Node. Okay, here we go. I want all secrets exposed by those who helped aid, plan, incite insurrection on my nation, our nation, all who ushered in a coup to pay, hey, just a second, all debts. Okay, hold on, you guys. It's the firecracker. Hey, what's it? Shh. I know, he's so cute.
Second, can you turn on the Wi-Fi?
Did you take care of all that stuff?
Yeah.
Get your garbage up. There are cups on the mantle.
Yeah, I know.
And all those water bottles.
Turn it on right now, and I'll grab them.
If it's not done when I come down there, I'm going to turn it off automatically. Sorry, you guys. I have to turn on the Xbox. You know, because chores are done. And I gave the dog a bad haircut, and the kids are like laughing and crying. But I don't know how to cut hair. Man needs a haircut. Okay, how do I turn this on? Turn on the Xbox. Unpause. Apply changes. Close. Okay, sorry about that, you guys. Okay, all debts. And I want those debts paid expediently. And all those debts paid expediently and in full. I want all public servants identifying those debts to have all of the resources and protection and compliance by all immediately. I am echoing in my own office. Okay, so I want those debts paid expediently and in full. I want all public servants, who have to identify, who have to do the paperwork, the administrative stuff, who have to deal with those debts, to have everything they could possibly need, all of the resources they need, everything running perfectly, like a well-oiled machine, and that they are protected, and all of those coming in contact with them are compliant AF all the time. Okay. It's okay if you swear in your intentions, I believe, your contracts, because sometimes you can't find the words that you need, but the universe knows what that means. I want everyone to wear a mask. I want to wear a mask. I want everyone to wear a mask. I want people loving wearing a mask. I want fines and consequences for endangering public health and tons of public shame. Sorry, I do. It's about freaking time. I want fines and consequences for all those who endanger public health and tons of public shame. I want everyone on the same page. Okay, how are you guys doing? With our noses covered, you got it. Okay, yeah, you guys, we are, thank you, Larry Girl. Yeah, we are, this is like major pivotal. We are at a cosmic precipice that's never been seen before. So everyone is focused on their homework. Okay, I know there's so much we can have to do. I'm just going with what comes to me first. Okay, secrets. Hidden enemy. Hidden enemy? 11th house friends. No, we know who our allies are. Hidden enemy, are you kidding me? I wish for friends to be known friends. It is a no-brainer that our allies are our friends. A total 100% reaffirmation of our allies. Our allies and trust in one another. I want trust to return to our government, agencies, and our global alliances. You know what? And it doesn't even have to be our alliances. I want trust to return even with our enemies, that they can trust us that we're going to do what we're going to do. You might be my enemy, but if I tell you what I'm going to do, and if I give you the parameters on why I'm going to do it, I hope you trust my judgment that I will fulfill that promise. And hopefully, we can have a different relationship. Trust, friendships. Which means we have to, I want traitors and enemies to be known, treated, and regarded as the traitors and enemies they are. I can't stand those flags. But here's the thing. I know where all the houses are in our town, the town next to us, who have these freaking flags everywhere. I've also noticed the people who have taken down their giant signs by this past weekend. There is hope, and I hope that we can be friends. But all those who have manipulated them, all of those who have hurt families and friends, communities, in the name of treason, but they were like, yeah, we're friends, to the point of exclusivity, a minority, done. You call them traitors. Don't call them rioters. Call them insurrectionists. We need to define this. Oh, I want USA to never turn her back on friends or enemies. I want USA to always be prepared with her blind spot and hidden enemies. So, I want USA to never turn her back on her friends or her enemies. I want USA to always be prepared with that blind spot where those hidden enemies can go in and out and proliferate, and suddenly we have people vulnerable and afraid and trapped. No more of that. No more. Be prepared. That's the Girl Scout motto. Be prepared. How are you guys doing? End of hate crimes. Yep. Yes, Tisha, all the election, all that stuff. That was your solar return. Oh, someone has a birthday today. Or was it yesterday? I know there's a birthday. Yes. Yes, yes. No, the truth from the... Yeah, that gaslighting crap. Okay, yeah. And that we have the skills. You know, gaslighting... What's all this crap that they do? Gaslighting, they bait and switch. Oh my gosh. What's the thing that they're doing? Like when they say it's Antifa, but it's them. It's just like the lies. Proliferation of lies. What is that when they do those campaigns of influence? And influence campaigns. I want this hidden talk to disappear. I do. Can't legislate it, but for it to be so toxic, nobody wants to do it. Abandoned completely. Okay, so these might not be the most, eloquently written wishes, but you get the concept. Oh my God, fashion, yes, get rid of that. Fake holy roller, reverse psychology, projection, end of whining. Bye, Keisha, thank you. Oh my gosh, yeah, we got to end this censorship. We are in such a black hole when it comes to, or media blackout. Okay, so in our 11th house of hopes and friends over Washington, D.C., we have fire and desire. Usually we've been seeing this like on the ground. This is what was on the ground of defense. The USA was defending against the fire of these P-boys and maggots. Well, now oh my God, and this is below the horizon. This is all Donald. He manipulates the stuff. It's all him. Now it's above the horizon. The sun is feeding this. Donald is going to have some more fire desire, but I don't care. We have a new president that has fire and desire being inaugurated in a week before our next quarter moon, I believe. I want those wishes. I want Don Julio to be drowned out. I want to see and be part of the vision, fire, and desire of PE-elect Biden and his admin. You guys, his admin is already benefiting from the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction. I know a lot of people might get nervous because they have such ambitious agendas. Well, they should, because so much of this stuff has been taken from us for so long. They are so equipped to implement it. We can't be afraid of success. This is also the area that has to do with science and innovation. I want to see USA flourish with innovation and science and humanitarian arts and science. Okay, what time is it? When does this moon go void? I don't know how much time we have with this moon before it's void, because it's going to go void soon. Oh, we've got about 2 more hours. 2 more hours of new moon magic. Yes. Okay, fire desire. Oh, goodness. I think this goes here. This is the 11th. So, in the 10th house, crowning Washington, D.C. Okay, so you guys, I don't. So this is crowning Washington, D.C., the water element and sensing. We have this. Look at all this water. This is emotions. It's also spirit. Lots of emotions. Emotions and tears are good for healing. What is at the top? Ooh, the top of the chart, when the sun rose, well, the highest point today, the highest point will be at 19 degrees Cancer. In the skies above the United States, water elements, I just got it. These, these are the legislators trying to decide whether or not they're going to impeach. I'm suddenly feeling a ton of fear from the GOP. Okay. There is a lot of fear. May it all be on display. Can't be afraid of feelings. I want the GOP to get over themselves. Many, and some are. And all of them, they won't. Impeach Don Julio. I want to see McTurtle bring the vote to the Senate by the weekend, you guys. I am going to go for by the weekend because he is that dangerous. By the weekend. And removed ASAP. That is my wish. We have a Saturn Pluto conjunction that is already restructuring things. I mean, who would have ever thought Mitch and Liz Cheney, right? And tomorrow around noon, 1 o'clock, that moon is going to be in Aquarius and it's going to hit the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction. Christmas miracles. Anything can happen. I've been telling you guys the possibilities are endless with this Jupiter-Saturn conjunction. We're going to leverage that. I want him out ASAP. Would it be great if he was gone by the weekend? I think that possibility is there. I mean, he could resign. You know, he doesn't typically resign, but you got to remember, he's a Gemini. He plays both sides and oftentimes picks the side that surprises people. Even when he says what he's going to do, but he's talking a different story, he does it. So why not? Okay. Yes. Michael, I'm on probation of employment of relatives, children. Oh my gosh, bye-bye. Yeah, what is that, the nepotism? Oh my gosh, we're done. How do we say that? I want 0 tolerance regarding nepotism laws. State, local, Fed. 0 tolerance, means zero freaking tolerance. Never again. I feel like with this water element and sensing, it is also Cancer. The sign of Cancer has to do with defenses. So we want more than anything, I love this with the Saturn Pluto conjunction, defense first and foremost. Leo, the sun, the heart of our nation. This is what Saturn Pluto is going, this is what, holy crap, I love this. So this chart is saying Saturn Pluto going on for the next 7,000 years, United States of America. This is what you're going to do. Oh. I need a pen. A normal pen. Wait, what is this the midpoint of? We have 12. Let me figure this out, you guys. Oh boy, do I love this. Oh my goodness. So, you want to see how cool this is? What I just realized? So this new moon, which is the most important new moon ever, has at the top of the chart 19 degrees Cancer, which means over the skies of Washington, D.C., as we inaugurate our new president, and that old thing is out of here, getting the boot, it means that the United States is a nation with her sun in Cancer that has to do with home and hearth, the defense of home, how we nurture ourselves and one another, how we care for our ancestors and minding our lineage. It represents the female, the mother and child relationships. That's at the top of the chart. And what makes us so, gonna make us so forever cognizant about that is because the USA sun here is over here in the 9th house. USA Mercury is retrograde. And it is at 24 degrees in the 10th house. So this thing, we're going to be known for how we've revisited the past, how we have treated children, how we have communicated as a nation. It's almost like saying, with Pluto opposite down here, we've changed, we've transformed. This is a new America, and what's giving us life here at 16 degrees Libra, ruled by Venus, what is giving us life and energy forevermore is the scales of justice and fairness. Ruled by Venus, we have the feminine again. Venus is here in the 3rd house of communications and structure. So a lot of our structures beaming over here. Oh my God. You guys, a beautiful angle to Mars, Uranus, and Teddy Roosevelt. His New Deal. That is going to be the heart of the driving force of how we communicate. We keep our balance and fairness. We're going to talk about here with how we're reestablishing our country with our structure. And we are going to be so innovative here with Mars and Uranus, like something you've never seen before. And Teddy Roosevelt is right there guarding the 7th to the 8th house of death, transformation, but partnerships. This is also we the people. You guys, oh my God, this is so beautiful. So what I actually was trying to say first was that this is so strong at this midheaven point because it's the midpoint of the USA Sun and the USA Mercury, which is retrograde, which means going forward, we're always going to be self-evaluating. Is this good for our nation? Is this good for our defense? Is this good for our children? Is this good for our philosophy, our shining sun, the thing that gives us life? We are going to constantly be reevaluated. So that is written with this new moon. And what is conjunct the USA natal sun is the Uranian planet, Kronos. Kronos wears the crown. Kronos is the so-called king. So as our sun moves around this chart, the crown is with us. What's right before of us is Hades. So it's like Hades then comes right before Kronos. So it's like that darkness we went through. Everyone will always remember the darkness we went through on a world level, because this real estate is for lands far away. It has to do with the laws. It has to do with philosophy. It has to do with law enforcement. It has to do with different cultures. So the world has watched this. They've seen the darkness. We're going to be earning our trust, and people are going to see right away what we're doing. And the thing is, there's the North Node right here, where we're going to, like our purpose going forward, what we're building upon. Gemini, this sign is on the descendant in the USA chart. This is how we talk to people. So the way we talk to people now has shifted up here to our laws, our shared resources, and how these things complement one another. And don't do that shitty stuff you did before. This is really good, you guys. I love this. I love that George Washington is right there watching our wishes and guarding this doorway of secrets and hidden enemies. How you doing? Okay. Teddy was a Republican, Franklin. I'm sorry. Why do I keep calling him Teddy? Okay, it's my Mercury. You guys know my Mercury is messed up. I'm just going to call him Roosevelt. AHT, Uranus is going direct within hours. This is huge. Okay, Uranus is at 6 degrees Taurus. This is going to clobber the Russia. I have that chart somewhere. Russia, the top of their chart is between, it might be 7 degrees Taurus. I think it's between 6 and 10. So the top of the chart, stuff that's coming in from overseas, the United States, Mars and Uranus are going to explode. Holy shit, you guys. It's going to explode over the Russia. And in Donald's chart, that thing is over here in land. Something big, big, big is going down. January 10th, last year, worst year. It was a horrible year. Asteroid astrology. But it's gonna be okay. Oh, yeah. I watched, I think she was doing Bill Barr's horoscope. I gotta let you guys know, it was such a great explainer. Where is she? Okay, so anyway, that just landed in my head. I gotta get that, I will add that reading info in the description box. I think it was on Bar. Okay. Need some water. Okay. What else? When do I consider the real New Year, Queen? Right now, Kate. Kate asked, what do I consider the real New Year? Someone was listening. I actually consider it to be the Capricorn new moon because it's the beginning of a solar cycle. We all know that the first day of winter, December 21st, is the shortest day of the year. Well, that's the complete solar cycle. When you start at the very bottom and you're going to create something and grow something, it's here where you stockpile things to get you through the year and grow. So on a personal level, as you do these new moon wishes, now this whole year I've been asking you to wish for structure and safety and keep it simple. I would say let's stick with structure, safety, keep it simple, but now we can start branching out because we're past our first year. These planets are leaving. We are not in that, we are going into a totally new world. But there's red lines here. You always have to ask for safety and protection and to protect those things you love and your assets. Those are basically the things I include every single time. What a great question. We're all going to get a do-over. You guys, we are going to be so different a year from now. Like, we're not even going to believe it. Like, talking about fake news, it is 2020. Looking back at it, it's going to just seem like a big hazy cloud, darkness, but we are going to come out of it and release so much that will be surprised. So the other thing you're going to want to wish for, I'm going to write it down myself. Let's focus on this a little bit because these are some basic things. And we also want it for our nation because we've been through so much. So I want stability and sanity this 2021. I want to thoughtfully ponder my best new directions in life and easily release past obstacles and self-sabotaging okay? So, and inner happiness. Okay. Whoop. So, I want stability and sanity and inner peace and happiness in this 2021. I want to thoughtfully ponder my best new directions in life and easily release past obstacles and self-sabotaging habits. Oh, I got one. I guess I'll use this one. I want total success and renewed enthusiasm and potential all 2021. Especially with my cuties, ZQTers. So, like I said, we have infinite possibilities, you guys. I want total success and renewed enthusiasm and potential for all of 2021. Especially with my ZQTs, my cuties. You guys, we're supposed to be there's a reason why we're all here, so I just want our little ZQT vortex to do what? to create the best okay for our ZQTs, cuties. I want this vortex with all of you to create the best that we can for the future. Whatever the future is calling to us and what they need, I want us to be able to create that. Oh my gosh. I just felt like a pop, like a bubble pop. And I think it's that, I'm still having a hard time with the name. Margaret, the Mergoat, Mary. Lots of bubbles popping. The future wants us, you guys. The future wants us. So I will tell you the story about the Mergoat. Because I'm telling you, last week they were in a cavalry. The past 24 hours, I feel like I'm swimming in a forest on land in the cosmos with those spirits just everywhere. It's just, as far as, it's like they've been summoned. So the Mergoat is the cross of a mermaid goat. I don't know how to explain it. She showed herself to me. Mary, we'll just call her Mary because Mary's a good name. It's a good name, especially with the divine feminine. Mary, the Mergoat. Around the Scorpio new moon, all of a sudden she showed up before the new moon wishes. And I think I described her like maybe the first night or so. I didn't know what it was. It's just like this inversion tarot. You see, oh, this is her deck. I just got that. So it's kind of like, I've been saying she was kind of like a cartoon figure. She's not. But like you see the oh my gosh. Like this part, the simplicity in these drawings. It's like she's a mermaid riding in a chariot. But when she goes like past you, you can tell that she doesn't have feet. She has like a mermaid's tail, but it's not a tail because the sign of Capricorn, the glyph, is that which includes the goat. And this little thing here, sometimes you see like a little swirl here, that's their tail. Because Capricorn represents growing something. Like if you're going to grow a tree, which is structure, it has to be able to anchor into the soil, a foundation, to grow. So she is Mary, a Mergoat. And so she showed up like in a chariot. If you could take off the design, and none of this in the background, none of this. It's just like just very simple, just like none of the ornate stuff. These aren't here, just a front. There aren't even any wheels, but she is just kind of like hovering, not hovering, but kind of like how a fish is buoyancy and they can just kind of go. She's just been like that. So she showed up like that. And then all of a sudden we realized during Scorpio season, she at some point took our wishes and implanted her tail wherever it was and made structure, but it was out of ice. And it reminded me of the movie Superman in the 70s where there was that crystal place. I should go watch that. But with all those crystals, whatever we were creating made like a structure like that. And the reason why I chose Scorpio was New Moon Wishes to start doing this collective stuff is because I knew the Saturn Pluto Conjunction was going to have a solar return, and we have a Pluto return, and we had the Jupiter Saturn thing ahead of us. We wanted to create a foundation that would link us to there, which is right now. So that's why we spent so much time on that. So these structures happened. Well, then when we did the new moon solar eclipse, I was like waiting for her to show up. But then there were more there. I think there were more that came. I was like, oh, this time it's like beyond like I can't see. There's so much active, like everyone's here. Like the solar system, the ethers, they all know that we're supposed to be here working on stuff. And so there's no judgment, there's no pain. That's why I'm writing these not as new moon wishes, but they're more like contracts. They're like, we want to get to work, give us the best ideas, the purest ideas, no bullshit, you guys, because bullshit just does not stand up to the test of time. Saturn has no time for bullshit. It won't even build that structure. She's kind of like that. But like the hair is, her hair is only like this long. Kind of like that. Oh, yeah, Empress, that is earthy Venus. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Mary. This is her, I did not even realize it. This is her deck. So that's kind of cool. So, I don't even know where. So we've got a cavalry of Mergoats. Marys helping us out. Oh, wow. She just seemed like she kind of popped a little bit three-dimensionally with some color because it's just been a very flat. And it's been kind of a color. I don't see it on here. Maybe in this green-blue over here. Kind of some gray. It's really cool. I just really like her. She's really cool. Okay. Bobbing. Bob Mueller. Bobbing. Yes, that's it. Okay. So, let's move on. So, I forgot why I mentioned Mary, but they're here. The Mergoats. Really. And it's not that they want to be kind. It's just that this is what they do. This is their job. They're just so happy. Oh, that's what it was. The future is reaching us. We want to build the best futures together. Okay? So, 9th house. Lands far away. Law enforcement. Our philosophies. This is also extremists. Our faith and our hope. Our religion. Our optimism. 4th house roots. Getting back to our roots. I want USA to get back to her roots at home, where we live, shop, dine, care for one another. I want USA Constitution to reclaim her position at the basis of every oath, contract, and agreement. I want the influence of dark money and Citizens United to end now. I really do. Overturn that shit. You know what I mean? Fourth house roots. And that's fourth house roots also getting back to the root of democracy and who our allies and partners are, because this is lands far away. So we want that. And we want our defense of our laws, defense from enemies abroad and within. I'll leave this here while I try to think about this and write this out. So I want the defense of our laws, defense of our rights and protections adhered to, local, state, fed. I want law enforcement on the ground to have all the right planning and resources to 100% do their best job. Okay. So it says, I want the defense of our laws, defense of our rights and protections adhered to at the local, state, and federal level. I want law enforcement on the ground to have all the right planning, right resources to 100% do their just best job for the people. I want law enforcement to root out crime, corruption, Nazis, and domestic terrorists. Forever. Also nationalism. Extinguished. Because nationalism is an extremist philosophy. Extremist philosophies fall in that category as well. So I want the defense of our laws, defense of our rights and protections adhered to at the local, state, federal level. I want law enforcement on the ground, in the air, to have all the right planning and resources to 100% do their best job for the people. I want law enforcement and our courts, Department of Justice, to root out crime, corruption, Nazis, and domestic terrorism within forever. And I want an end to nationalism here and abroad. It's not too much to ask for, is it? Let me check in with you guys. Yes, we're working our new moon Capricorn energy. Thank you, Larry girl. We're creating a new world. Yes, thumbs up, please. Thank you. Okay, there we go. Eighth house. Oh, that is interesting. I think this eighth house has to do with shared resources. It can be money, it can be taxes, it can be, commissions, royalties. It also has to do with surgeons, espionage, taboo things, the dark arts, things that are hidden, spies. So I find this interesting that at this new moon, the first house, the body comes in. So this also rules transformation. So it's transforming a new body. Look at this. It says go to the first house. The Saturn Pluto conjunction, the first house of the body. We have a change in the body happening. And this is it. Life and death. So, here we go. I want a totally smooth transition to PEB elect as POTUS, and for DT to easily and safely vacate DC. I want total protection and safety for and all the entire term, his entire term and beyond. I want a totally smooth transition to P.E. Biden as POTUS and for DT to easily and safely vacate the premises. I want total protection and safety for Biden-Harris and their entire admin and all the public servants throughout the term and beyond. Okay. Keep everyone safe. New marker. I love this. Ruby Moon, I want to see the Queen's beautiful face in 2021. That might happen. You guys know I am bashful. My big thing is because I've got a huge issue with facial recognition software. You guys know how much I've gotten targeted. I got started because I wasn't able to vote. So once I get a better understanding on how this administration is going to deal with personal data and safety, I may be more inclined to come out. But for now, I got to see how things shake out. It's so sweet. Oh, fireside chats, that sounds so fun. Okay. 7th house, partners. Or Jupiter abundance. Yes. This is we the people. In the 7th house, we've got Jupiter and abundance, which we have innovation here. This is, it's going to be Mars rule. This is we the people taking initiative and effort to innovate, create something new. And it's like a new frontier. This is partners. They could be our partners abroad, but mostly at home. It could be your enemies. There might be a mix of that. I want great, innovative, supportive partners for USA. I want innovation, identifying and tracking our adversaries and influence on the other. Meaning, you can have a perfectly awesome ally, but maybe they don't know how they're being played or manipulated. So we want great innovation in science. We want to kick the butt of this cerveza virus. And we also want to use it in ways that continues to protect us from our adversaries and partners of our partners. Just get that crap out, right? And I just love this Jupiter and abundance right here. Okay, the 6th house. This area, now this is very interesting. This is a lot. It's like all of our, We have the asteroid Moscow here. We also have the asteroid Chiron, which is healing. We are going to be put to the test to heal our wounds. This area has to do with the public servant. It has to do with our military. It has to do with our intelligence. It has to do with day-to-day functioning. This has to do with the military from a point of service, where you really are laying down the ego and giving what you can in the name of spirit and service. This is the ultimate public servant when you have Mars here, because day-to-day activities and routines are boring. That's like doing laundry. Well, this is being able to find the duty of laundry, because in service to the other, it helps the greater good. We have to relook at where and how we're doing our service. Moscow is here. That makes me think of mercenaries. This makes me think of private contract. We need that shit out. North Node, life's purpose. How about that? So this is interesting. This is our life's purpose. This is where we're going, the public service. Oh, I love that. And investigations and intelligence. We have to heal that. So, I want USA, local, state, Fed to reevaluate what public service is, stringent vetting and background checks. To honor the system and protocol that is best for USA. I want all laws followed and enforced, like nepotism, Hatch Act, taxes, leasing taxes, okay? So, life's purpose. We will come back to this. I'm just getting like the basic gist because we will revisit this entire teroscope for the rest of the month, even with the new lunations. This is a very active teroscope, okay? So I'm just trying to tap in the thing that jumps out at me first as we're working with this fresh energy, okay? This moon is going to go void, of course, at 3:22 a.m. Here. So the moon is void at 3:22 a.m., which means it's in late degrees of this sign Capricorn. It's not tethered to anything. As soon as it goes into Aquarius, it's like boom, it activates again. And so the moon goes into Aquarius. Oh, I'm sorry. I think this is at 2:22 a.m. And it goes into Aquarius at 11:43 a.m. So right around the lunch hour. So adjust your time zone accordingly. So after 2:22 a.m. is a good time to reflect and meditate, sleep, go to bed. But even when you get up tomorrow, keep reflecting and thinking about what we're doing here. And then actively start writing when the moon goes into Aquarius. That's when you can start writing, because everything else is just kind of blah. It won't connect. Okay. Fifth house of the sun. That is the house of the POTUS. POTUS. That's your leader. What do we have here? For the fifth house of the sun, we have Mercury mind. That is Donald's ruling planet. We have Mercury at the top. No, we don't. USA Mercury is at the top of the chart. Mercury. Ooh, look at this, you guys. Mercury in this, it is moving really quickly right now. The asteroid America is 10 Aquarius. So Mercury is going to touch America probably within the next 2 days or so, 2 to 3 days. Now remember, the USA moon is at 27 degrees Aquarius. So this new moon is really touching actually more we the people. Mercury, the people, children, the moon, the people in Aquarius, the asteroid America. America is opposite Donald's natal Pluto. That is his planet that destroys everything in secret because it's in his 12th house of secrets and hidden enemies. So it's like America, we the people, get to strike back. And we're going to have a lot of discussion. Oh, this is the impeachment. That's what it is. So, and that WH asteroid is 24 degrees Aquarius. I have no idea how to write out a wish for that asteroid, but keep that in the back of your mind. And if you're just joining us, I'm talking about this asteroid that I talked about earlier. You might have to go back and I will try to find the timestamp, but this is such a bugger, and I'm saying I'm so nice. This is the thing that has gotten us in wars. It's been the plague. It's been QAnon's birth. It's 9/11 as an attack on Bush and Clinton. It's such a nasty asteroid. I want a kinder, gentler, woo, asteroid in my USA. I mean, there's other assholio asteroids, but that one is really just, ugh. Okay, so Mercury. What do you want to say about this? I think this is about the impeachment. You know, this goes to the Republican Party never holding Don Julio accountable. So we the people, what are we saying about that? Yeah, I very much do mind badly behaving people. So the 5th house of the sun, how do you guys want to write this? I impeached and removed by the weekend with ease. I want all of followers to wake up and get a grip and rewire to normal people. But if not, I want all domestic terrorists and enemies hostile to USA to be charged and jailed. I want all Russia, China, Israel, whoever else, spies in jail, deported ASAP. You know what? It's my husband's field of work in the construction industry, in a really special, specific skill area. And he's been saying, it started probably about 10 years ago, more and more people on job sites that use the Cyrillic alphabet, let's just say. But in the past year or two, it's been awful that normal Americans like us, he would say that there's like less than 5% of the people you'll see there are regular Americans. The union jobs are not getting the jobs. If they say they're union, they're getting Cyrillic alphabet-like people language in to do the work. And even before the 2016 election, he would talk about it. I didn't really quite understand it, but it's been a real problem. It's been a real struggle. And he just can't stand being around them because of their work ethic sucks. This is only his experience. The theft, we've had a lot of things stolen. And this pisses me off so much because I've been wondering, where are Don Julio's spies? You know, I know that the strategy of the Russia or China, as they go into countries and continents like Africa, it's to, oh, I'm going to give you this, this, and this. Here's some money for whatever programming you're doing. But then I'm going to go in there. You're going to give me the energy contract. You're going to give me the construction contracts. I'm going to bring my people in. And then the local people are out of jobs and money. That, I don't even know how to write it out. But this is a very real thing that we're dealing with. And it's just, he just like doesn't even feel safe. It's just, it's very stressful to have to work under. So I will write my own wishes for that. But when we're talking about Mercury and mind and people and contracts and negotiations and the merchant, we have that in the 5th house of the sun, the president. And I'm gonna have, I don't even know how I'm gonna write that out, but stick a pin in that. How are you guys doing? I want our government buildings reconsecrated after, get out for invest. Okay, yeah, you know what? And at some point, we're going to do some type of meditation to do that. And right now, as I just talked about that, and I have to light my sage. I've been having to light my sage so much lately as I get deeper and deeper into these readings because there's so much filth. Yeah, I can't stand it. I know. So Donald exploited immigrants. That's what he did. He shifted the entire focus onto Mexico and their caravans while he let in all of his people. Gross. They got all the contracts. Oh. Okay, now this won't even light, which, are we onto something that doesn't want to go? Come on, say, this is a good time to smudge your living quarters because we're getting rid of this 2020 energy and we're bringing in this new creative, new structure energy. There we go. Wow, this does not want to stay lit. I just, that's crazy. Okay, come on. Burn, baby, burn. I even bought a new smudge stick, but I'm not done with this one yet. Okay. Oh, good. I already feel better. That's good. That's good. Okay. I mean, it's just crazy because you don't think about how, like, we know what's going on with Donald, but how is it interfering with our everyday? Well, I mean, look, we're these protests at like every single capital. Okay, here. Protect. I want all state, local capitals, village halls, totally protected. That's a good one for the 5th house. There's just so much to go there. Okay. I want all state, local capitals, village halls, meeting places of leadership, totally protected. I want our police protected. That actually goes in that 6th house. Public servants, our police, our intel, our FBI, they have to all be protected. Okay, 4th house. Now this is where the lineup, the stellium of planets are. We've got the Sun, Moon, Pluto, Saturn, Jupiter, Mercury. and the asteroid America, all in the fourth house of defense. So our fourth house needs a lot of work, and we've got, oh God, this is interesting, very interesting. That is a Capricorn I use. So it is, wow. Okay. So this Capricorn I use, I'll tell you how it showed up for us this past year. Usually it shows up like this, and I don't ever like it when I see it like this. This has shown up with a lot with like Donald, especially sending goods and services over to KJU in North Korea. Well, now his sister, KY Jelly. That's another nickname because I can't remember her name, but these are her initials, so I call her KY Jelly. That's Kim Jong-un's sister. So when Donald is transmitting stuff or things are getting transmitted to like the Russia, China, and North Korea, like these are serious U.S. assets, the things that we have. Capricorn represents materials, things you build with, stockpiles to plan for a year. This pisses me off when we see this was just recent. I can't remember where in the Terrascope last week, but I knew he was using up our. I think this was when we found out about this is what the vaccines that were being stored in warehouses and not used. You know, they're shaving off tops. There's like private vaccine parties. The wealthy are getting vaccines. So I'm happy to see this in the fourth house reversed, which means how we're utilizing our resources. We have been wasteful. This administration has been wasteful in giving things away. I'm thinking about mining. I'm thinking about the environment. I'm thinking about art. So this is a total change. Reversed. We are reversing course in how the establishment uses our resources. So how are we going to write that out? This Capricorn new moon, how are we going to write that out? So you guys doing okay? This is also our ancestors, our past. There's a karmic aspect to it. This is we just had those eclipses in Capricorn, Cancer. So I want USA to invest in USA. I want USA to reestablish her most efficient supply lines. Protect all of her natural resources. This feels like this is overhaul, you guys. I want, this is also discovery. Ooh. I want USA to overhaul nope. We'll overhaul contracts, bidding, contractors, because this becomes a security issue and national security. So I want USA to invest in USA. I want USA to reestablish her most efficient supply lines, protect all of her natural resources. I want USA to overhaul the contracts and bidding that are out there, and how it affects our national security. I want USA to uncover all of the abuse of our resources by this admin and recover all stolen goods and money. Okay? So I want USA to uncover all of the abuse of our resources by Don Julio's administration and to recover all stolen goods and money plus interest. Yes. 4. Capricorn. I use. Wow, that was a really good one, astrology cards. Yeah, I'm going to kind of move these out of the way. Put this here so you can see it. Okay. Oops. Okay, we're almost there. 2 more houses to go. In the 3rd house. Oh, come on. I do not like this. So last week, this was in the 2nd house here of income gains, assets, values, what you possess. I realize the Pisces, I believe, is associated for Don Julio. Him, I believe, this insurrection is going to work to my advantage. Well, now it's in the 3rd house, Pisces, I believe. We have the lawbreakers. We have Venus, we have money. We have communications. This is the Jupiter. Where's Jupiter? Is in the 4th. This is reversed. This is uncovering, this is uncovering all of the comms, all the people in the Republicans who that's what that is, you guys. So, 4. So, I want USA to uncover all the comms and the cover-ups and no guns in the Capitol. Can you believe those assholes? Enforce that stuff. Capitol regarding January 6th. Get all the Nazis out. Oh. Ginny Thomas, you're on my list. So is the Republican Attorneys General Association. Get them. Okay. Pisces. Okay. And in the 2nd house, we've got some things going on here. We've got China and Poseidon asteroids right on the cusp of the 2nd house. In Scorpio. Oh no. Am I buffering? Okay, something just happened. What was that, Joe? TY? Okay. In the 3rd house, we had Pisces, I believe. Okay. So in the second house, income gains values. Earth element stability. So I've seen this as good and bad. I believe when PEB elect won on November 3rd, I believe this was here in the fourth house. He brought stability. We had this in the second house of income gains values, our possessions. The things that we possess and make us feel good and worthy. Worthiness. Feeling worthy again as a citizen. Our assets. Wow. Those who are worthy to serve. That's what I'm getting. I want USA to only hire those worthy to serve and protect. I want lasting stability in vetting process, and USA to achieve American exceptionalism and world-class leadership steadily and steadily and everlasting. To earth element. Okay, so in the area of income gains values, that which we possess lends its worthiness. I want USA to only hire those worthy to serve and protect. I want lasting stability in our vetting processes. And I want the USA to achieve American exceptionalism again and be a world-class leader when it comes to stability. World-class leader in a steady and everlasting way. This is about democracy. I want democracy to be our shining asset. I want democracy to be our shiningest and most worthy asset to the world and our country. Okay. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the tarot cards and I'm going to lay them out, and that's all I'm going to do because this has been quite lengthy and we got to pace ourselves. Okay? So, Mary, the Mary Tarot. Oh, look how pretty she is. Oh, she matches my sweater. This is my Mary sweater. That's so funny. Mary stands for the mare goat, the mermaid goat, the little guides, the pixies, the spirits that are everywhere right now working with us with our new moon. So, Michael, go big or go home. Write them down. Wow, I'm going to sleep. Good night, HT. T-Barb, I got 5 pages covered. You guys get new journals? Look at this journal of mine. See this? There's only like 2 or 3 pages left. Like literally only a couple pages left. I started this one 2014, New Moon Journal, March 1st, 2014. How about that? I have never gone back and reread my personal wishes, but I like having them. But I have to go buy a new journal this lunation, definitely. Michael Grant, Mary had a little goat bath swimming with the mermaids. I want a mermaid. Okay, Michael, you get a mermaid. Okay. Okay, so we're in the home stretch. Look at these cards. They're falling apart, you guys. I don't even touch these anymore. But there are, there was, I wanted to show you guys 2 cards. You guys, you know this has been the 2020 Saturn Pluto deck that has helped me so much. The corners are falling apart. Where there's 2 that have, like, I thought it was gonna fall apart in my hand the other day. Look at my Queen of Cups, USA. Look how faded she is. Look at this corner. It's like shredded. Where's the Fool? This edge is falling apart. The White House is coming undone. Where's the Fool? Oh, the Fool is missing. Are you kidding me? That's the one I wanted to show you. Oh, well, the Fool has left the building. You guys, it's weird. I think he's gone. I think I have not used this deck for days. It's just been sitting here. I tried and it almost fell apart in my hands the other day. Wow. He's done, you guys. Yeah, I am gonna do something special with this deck. T-Barb. Larry Girl didn't fall into the lake. No, but maybe what if it committed suicide somewhere else? I don't know. You can run, but you can't hide. I'll find you, fool. I pity the fool. No, I don't. Okay. Mary, what are we doing? She's like, we're going to work. Okay, what's going on? What do we got? What's in the first house of... Okay, you know what? I got 2 ahead. The Secret. Oh, man. Hidden Enemy. Friends. No. Wow. Oh, wow. This Saturn Pluto, this new moon, something feels thrown off with how I'm grabbing cards right now. That's what's going on. My Mercury is getting clobbered, but this is very, very different. Okay. King of Swords reversed. This has been Haxes. It's also been the messaging on, we're going to walk up to the Capitol now, the incitement. The Eight of Cups, that's the setup. All these people who set up the attack on the Capitol. Okay, this first house, we have the Nine of Pentacles, oligarchs. It can be Moflotus, Ivanka. I don't think it's Chow. I think Chow is in the clear. I feel like she and Mitch helped pull something off. Whatever was going on in the background. She might have been the one trying to get DeVos busted. I don't know, but something shifted with her big today. Nine of Pentacles, the oligarchs abroad, companies and businesses. The Secret, I can't do that with that hand. Oh, this was Q, you guys. The secret is that it's busted upside down. Oh my God. I feel like this is like a trap. Someone got caught. The hidden enemy. Getting caught. A lot of people getting caught. 11th house. So the ascendant went to friends. The friends have fire and desire. To find out what happened. What the freaking heck happened on January 6th. We're going to find out. And we're going to bust plans in the process. What's crowning Washington, D.C.? We have the water element, sensing what's out there. That's it. Slowing down the threats. Slowing down our vulnerabilities. Trying to slow down the ops that are on the ground hurting us. Stopping attacks. So 9th house lands far away, law enforcement. 3 of Swords, betrayal. People are getting busted. Shared resources. This is the change in power, transition of power. The lunar eclipse. The 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands. Why didn't people fight back? Why were our defenses low? How did we lose the upper hand? And who's fighting against our transition? Or the fight against the transition is being tempered. Our partners, Jupiter abundance. A lot of people are helping us to bust people who are thinking of exploding things and attacking things. So there's going to be a lot of law enforcement interfering. 6th house, public servants, military. Our North Node, life's purpose, suppressed tower. Suppressing damage to the United States in so many forms, whether it's domestic terrorists, the virus, our assets. This is really public servants rising up to save us from ourselves. I think that has to do with the impeachment and who's going to flip. Oh boy. 5th house of the sun, Mercury mind, we the people. The Ace of Cups. Those who aided and abetted the FOTUS to do what he did, the rusher. Look at this envelope with all these messages. And the statement, here's the dove, there will be no peace until there's reconciliation with how he did this. There's the WH asteroid. So his war against the U.S. Fourth house, USA defenses. We got all these planets. The sun, moon, Pluto, Saturn, Jupiter, Mercury, and the asteroid America. Two of Cups. You guys, I think he's going to be removed. There's an agreement for him to get out. This Two of Cups always shows up with Trump loyalists in our government who do whatever Donald wants. It's always like the Two of Cups. Okay, I will. But here we have the Capricorn IUs, which is reversed. So it's like broken agreements that the government and people are turning on him, I think. Yeah, because people will not take action on behalf of him. Oh. Third house, Pisces, I believe. Oh. Well, the Empress reversed is a barren Russia. It is not having any resources. It is failed fertility. It's their failed coup. They believed they were going to pull this off, and now we're going to get moneyed information, explosive information on what happened, what failed. Oh boy. Income gains value. We have stability here. We have the Eight of Pentacles. This investigation is going to go like clockwork. We're going to be able to connect the dots, the people, the money, the plan. The Potomac is protecting us, and we're getting out all the corruption and crap. One fell swoop. This is going to be ugly, nasty. This 14-degree mark, I think, is in the inauguration chart, and that is not good for Donald. Because everything he did with partners to get wealthy, there's a reckoning to be had. So cool. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, you guys, that's it. We did our homework. Yay! Thank you so much for coming out, you guys. I love you guys. I love our little powwow. I love the work that you're doing. I just feel so patriotic doing this with you guys. I don't know exactly when I'm going to be live. I feel like with spirit, with these new moons, I just like get a signal to go, and I go. But I think tomorrow's is going to be midday because I really want to get there at that 0-degree point with the Aquarius energy, which we know is going to be in the middle of the day. Take care of you. Make sure you write down wishes for yourself to be able to adapt to all this energy with ease. To not get your arse kicked with it all. And to have fun with it and be creative, unlimited possibilities. But we want to go in those directions with, the right inspiration, with the right timing. Nothing has to happen now. We're just powwowing and putting the ideas out there so that in the future, as it manifests, we'll just easily step into it and be like, oh my gosh, can you believe this happened? Can you believe how easy this was? Yeah, it's supposed to be easy and awesome. Okay? So, we're out of phase 1, Saturn Pluto. We're going into the next chapter, you guys. It's good. It's all good. Thank you, moderators. Thank all of you. This is amazing. This is such great work. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Janet H. Janet N. Thank you so much. Thank you. Ooh, Beth Knight. I love your last wish, Larry Girl. I wrote it down. I'm going to have to go look at that one too. Angel of Death Michael. How often do I go live? Well, it's a couple times a week. It's always at the lunations. It's when I can. Okay? Yeah, so I'm always live for the new moon. I usually try to do it right when the new moon happens. Thank you, Beth Knight. Thank you. Thank you, Larry Girl. I'm so glad you appreciate it. I appreciate it too. Thank you, Desrat. Desrat with all the jokes. I can't wait to look at those. Nancy Lee, I just saw on Twitter that the Russian social media platform Telegraph has 25 million new users. Well, that's good because I'm sure our FBI has all those IP addresses and they can cross-reference those. Love and blessings to you. Oh, thank you, Ruby Moon. One and all. You guys, we are in a new world. We are in a new world. Thank you for your ideas. I love them. I can't wait to see what everyone has written. We'll see you tomorrow. Get some good sleep. We're in a new world. All is good. Oh, yeah, Marjorie, that Italy trial is tomorrow. As if I'll be able to see that too. Okay, good night, you guys. See ya. Love ya. Happy new moon, Capricorn. Yay. Goodbye, hell. Yay. Okay, bye.